Probably whistling diesel.
I hope y'all are having a good day. Sun's shining. And today I need to put brake pads on the Journey. So I had an idea for a new game. JunkYard. JunkYard Guess That Part. Guess That Part trivia game. So there it is. I think that'd be fun and interactive and maybe educational. I don't know. How you doing, buddy? And today I need to put brake pads on the Journey. So I feel like that's just typical maintenance. It's one of the friction wearing parts on the vehicle. If you don't use a jack stand, people will let you know. They'll let you know pretty quick. So yeah, you better use one of those. But I just put wheel spacers on it recently. Maybe I'll double check them. So I got the torque wrench here and some basic tools. I went ahead and broke the wheel nuts loose first because it might be hard to break them loose when it's up in the air unless you have an impact gun. And it's a good idea to set your e-brake or chock the wheels before you go up with it. Okay, we got the wheel off. And yeah, there she is. Rotor's not too bad. If you go too far, like metal on metal, it can damage the rotor. So I can see the pads are worn down pretty good. There's a little bit of a lip on the edge of the rotor, lots of brake dust. The bracket can stay. So there's 2 bolts, and then we'll pry it off, just the caliper itself. I'll have to return the piston on the caliper. There's a couple different ways to do that, but I like to use the big welding clamps, unless you have the proper tool for that. Be careful with the flex line. There is a bracket that if you need wiggle room, you can undo that bracket there. So I broke these loose. They're 13mm, and they go into like a slider. That's why there's a rubber boot here, so they can adjust when your pads wear. So you want to make sure those sliders are not stuck, because that would suck. Keep track of your hardwares and don't drop them in the dirt. Don't do that. Yeah. And then I'm gonna go ahead and pry this off. Oof. Satisfying. Oof. But these sliders here, they're supposed to slide in and out like that, and they do. So that's good. So sometimes you don't need to take it off completely. You can like leave one bolt and like swing it open like a hinge. We'll see what we can do here. Okay, I got the caliper. I just set it up top for now. I'm gonna have to check, this slider's fine. I'm gonna have to check the bottom one. And you can see this one here. This one's like almost metal on metal. It's not, that's not good. Definitely time. There's a tiny bit of material on the other one, and it'll go straight out that way. This one will come straight out this way. So I'm gonna pop them out, pop the new ones in, and I'll have to get some sort of a tool to compress this and return the piston. And I'll have to check this slider and make sure it's okay and put her back together. Ceramic, hardware included. So that's cool. Okay, I got the bottom slider working. It was a little bit sticky. I peeled the rubber back. Actually, I pulled it right out, cleaned the shaft, cleaned the hole. So anyway, I got that working. Now I'm just putting these clips in. All they do is hook on the inside and snap down on the outside. So the inside, the hook goes towards the rotor. And I cleaned out these grooves here. Oof. Yeah, okay, there. So hooks on the inside and then snap it up. Snap it up on the outside, inside first. And yeah, and then the new pad will go in there. Bob's your uncle. Oh, I friggin' hate brake dust. Oh, this stuff is terrible. I got the pads in there. They just slide in from the ends. The inside one has a indicator tab on it, and the inside one was a little bit tight, but just take your time and clean the grooves out good before you put the clips in. This one you have to tuck it behind the bracket and then into the slots. Now the caliper can go back on, but I'm gonna have to return that piston first. There's a tool for this, but I'm just using a giant C-clamp, and I pushed it in, I think that's all the way, probably 99% of the way. And yeah, it's pretty simple. Okay, so I just pulled out both of those sliders. I did the bottom one first because it was the worst. The worst. Anywho, yeah, I pulled them out completely, cleaned them off. I sprayed WD white lithium in the caliper bracket, and after I cleaned the slider pins, I greased them with this aircraft grease. It's like synthetic aircraft grease. I don't know why, but I just had it handy, and I actually inherited that from my father recently when he passed away. So I figured it's here, it's handy, why not? So I got those lubricated now. I'm just gonna finish putting the bolts to her. She's almost ready for the wheel. I did the bottom first because it was the worst, but that's no big deal. She's almost ready for the wheel. Hey, it's like a Dr. Seuss. It's like a Dr. Seuss wrap. Oh my goodness. So that's the old hardware there. And you can tell it's pretty much shot. Probably well overdue. I only found 3 of these clips. In fact, I'm pretty certain, I'm 99% certain there was only 3 clips on there. I was able to clean and get all 4 in. So I assumed that they didn't clean the slot very good, because the one void slot, or the one clip that was missing, it seemed like dirty. So I just used a screwdriver and clean out the slots. And this pad here is it's just like almost metal on metal. You can see it's starting to glaze. And there's a little bit of material on it, but not much. It's mostly uneven. And then because the one slider was stuck. Yeah. So a big difference compared to the new stuff. Definitely well overdue. Well past due. These are the new ones. Oh yeah. Okay, I got the wheel on. I got the jack stand out. And I'm just gonna torque it down. I double checked the wheel spacer with the torque wrench, and it was still nice and snug at 98 foot-pounds, I think it was. So that's good. Now I'm just gonna torque the wheels down to probably 98 pounds and set her down, or set her down first. Okay, got the passenger side done. I gotta go around and do the same thing on the other side, but I probably won't bore you with that. It's gonna be the same procedure, same thing. Just got some package from Teespring. Oh my goodness. Slime green merch. Friggin' right. So I ordered made an order like four items, I think. And I guess they're all being shipped individually for whatever reason. So this is the first one to arrive. What do you think? Oh yeah.